Steve, how are you, man?
Great. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm okay, man. I'm out here looking at some really over-the-top builds, some custom rides, and you know where we can find one?
Yeah, I saw a couple down the hill there.
Yeah?
Yeah, you might want to go down and look that way. What is that?
What is that? I mean, yeah, look. Back in the 80s, you know, this was pretty hot, man. The 80s is gone, man. What are you doing here?
Well, trust me, a lot of us mini truckers are still around. So
Okay.
yeah, we're a lot older now, but we're still around.
Okay, well, right quick, I want to throw this out there. With that said, will you invite us to some of the mini truck shows so we can come cover some of them?
Sure,
All right,
sure.
because you probably know more than we do about it.
Yes, sir. That's not a problem.
Nice. All right. Now the truck itself, what did you take that out of? Is that Toyota? What is that?
That's an Isuzu, a 1989 Isuzu pickup.
All right.
And that's where we started from, but I don't really know what you call it now because it's kind of bits and pieces from other things. It's a Chevy drivetrain. It's Amigo fenders. It's a Isuzu Rodeo front end.
Okay.
So everything else is pretty much custom made from the cab back. So.
Oh yeah, you can't get that from factory. Look how long that bed is, man.
Yes, sir.
You got 2 flat screens in the bed. We can watch Hot Rod Madness on these flat screens, I'll bet.
Yes, sir.
Get your fuel cell in the rear.
Yes, sir.
How many axles we got here that's pulling this thing, man?
The first set is the actual drive axle,
Okay.
and these back two are just tag axles, so
All right,
they're just
gotcha.
kind of floating along.
Yep. I'd imagine you could put a bunch of people on the deck here and haul them around. It'll actually hold some weight, won't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It sure will. It's a total of 6 airbags on the whole suspension.
Yes. All right. Nice, man. Okay.
Well, I appreciate it.
And
I appreciate
the thing's so slammed. I was looking. Come on up here for a minute. Let's look under the hood. When you're standing next to this truck, you know, you check this out. It's only about that high, right? So the engine, in order to get in the engine bay and work on this thing, you got to get down on your knees and crawl in there.
Yes, sir. You pretty much have to get on your knees, when it's down that low to work on it. But it makes it a lot easier, though.
Okay. All right. You say so.
Yeah, yes, sir. It definitely makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Small block Chevrolet.
Small block Chevy. It's stock. It's not modified or anything. 700 R4 trans.
Okay.
We did modify the front suspension a little bit also with some custom upper A-arms there.
Yep, I see the polished A-arms and the lower control arms as well.
Yes,
the
sir.
airbags there, power assist brakes. You got a looks like an electric. Is that electric water pump or is that mechanical? What is that?
That's just a stock water pump there, and it's chrome, but it does have an electric fan here.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
yeah, try
Fans
to
on
keep
the
it cool.
outside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not enough room to get it on the other side there. So.
All right. That's so unique, man. No inner fender wheels because there just ain't room for them.
Right,
You know? Yeah,
correct.
you want to show off your suspension and all that.
Yes,
And
sir.
in order to see the sound system, you just look through the roof. You know, you look through the roof
That's
of the
right.
truck.
It's
you can
low
see,
enough to do that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. You can see everything in there, right?
Yes, sir.
That's so cool, man. Let's check out the interior.
All right.
Oh man, look at the console. The console carries all the way up through the dash. The seats. Okay, are those original type seats or what?
Yes, sir. They're the original bucket seats, and the only thing we did was remove the headrest
Okay.
when we had them covered. That way they just looked smaller and not all gaudy and everything.
I bet you there's a bunch of amplifiers somewhere in here.
It only accesses two amplifiers.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, you know, nowadays that's pretty much all you need.
Right,
You know, with
right,
all them
right.
speakers, that's all you need. 2 amps is going to be
That's
pretty
clean,
powerful.
right?
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. 1,000 watts a piece. Yeah. Love the interior design, man. Did you do that?
No, sir. A friend of mine in Texas did that.
Okay.
It was actually the second go around. Before we showed the truck once, and it had different color interior in it. And to be honest with you, my wife didn't really like it. She wanted some lighter colors. So we went back to the same guy. He was a little upset, but we went back to the same guy and told him we needed some lighter colors.
Oh,
on
don't
the
you hate it when that
interior.
happens? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, hey, it turned out all right, man.
It
You're
turned
good.
out fantastic. You know, when we shaved all the gauges and everything, that's one of the first questions people ask me. Well, how fast are you going? Well, You know, we really don't care how fast we go.
There's no.
It's a cruiser, so
you don't care how fast you go. There's no gauges.
That's right, no gauges. No
yeah,
gauges,
but you
so
got
we
a
just
screen
drive.
there. What's that readout do, man? What you got there?
That's actually just the radio. So
that's it.
That's it.
So you really don't have no speedometer
I
or
don't
nothing?
have any gauges.
What about a temperature gauge or anything?
No, it's actually tucked under the dash.
Okay.
So if I ever get curious, if I'm running kind of hot, I'll just reach under there and look at it and put it back.
Because we all know how those small block Chevys run, man. They may run a little temperature there.
That's right. They tend to run a little warm, but like I said, I don't really worry about it. I mean, because if it's moving and cruising, you know, it's got air blowing in, so it'll be all right.
There's no gauges.
0 gauges, man.
They don't need no stinking gauges. All right, Steve.
They're overrated. Gauges are overrated.
That's a crazy build, man. I mean, do you ever watch those flat screens in the tail?
I do at times, but normally it's at the house. I don't ever really hook them up at the shows and turn them on or anything because, you know how that is. You got to have.
Well, the reason I asked, I was hoping you could play our show on them while you're at events and stuff.
You know what? When I come back, I'll do that. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
But see, then everybody's just going to be hanging out here and not going around and enjoying the rest of the show.
You could be a one-man car show at any gas station.
That's very true. That is very true.
There you go. Stay tuned to Hot Rod Madness for more killer over-the-top builds like this one. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.